What is going on, investors? Welcome to my channel. This is the Frugal Investor. In this video, I am going to give you guys my opinion on what a perfect portfolio looks like in this type of economy. We all know inflation this June was 5.6% as per CPI as compared to the previous June. Now, CPI always understates the data. The real inflation, in my opinion, is all somewhere close to 10% to 12%. Now, what do you do? What does a normal person like me, a normal American like me, does in this scenario? How do you invest? Inflation is crazy high. US dollar is going down in values. Interest rates are artificially kept low by the Federal Reserve. The deadline for the debt ceiling was July 31st. Now the Congress has 2 months to either increase it or to default on its debt. The debt ceiling has to be raised. They have no other option. The Fed is in a very tough place. If they increase the interest rates, I think they are going to increase it, but they cannot increase it too much. They're only going to increase it by just a little bit. If they increase it too much, they will be in big trouble. So how do you invest? How does a normal person invest in such a situation where there are so many risks on the horizon? Okay, central banks are coming out with their own type of cryptocurrency, central bank dollar, where they will be able to control all your transactions, what you do, how you spend your money. Universal basic income is coming. These things are inevitable. Money printing is going to keep going on. They have no other option. This is the only thing the Fed knows how to do. They need money and they have no other option but to continue to keep printing money. Quantitative easing is going to be like a habit of this economy in this future, but how long can that go on? How long can that go on until we lose the value of the dollar completely? Until foreign countries, a lot of the foreign countries, they are already starting to do trade in currencies other than the dollar. They see dollar as a bad image. The dollar has a bad image in other countries and they're trying to move away from it. China, other countries, they're trying to move away from the dollar. They're undermining the credibility of the dollar. So this is a very tough position for the Fed, for the US dollar. So how do you deal with it? So in my opinion, there are certain type of assets that you must hold in your portfolio. As Warren Buffett says, the first rule of investing is do not lose money. The second rule is do not lose money. So how do you protect that? How do you reach financial independence even if things go south? How do you protect and grow your wealth at a constant rate, at a safe rate if you are a long-term investor? So in my opinion, the five assets that can protect your wealth are: number one, stocks in growth and dividend companies. Now, these are not your everyday normal growth and dividend companies. These companies are solid dividend paying companies with solid balance sheets, solid leadership, solid parts of business. Okay, solid business with a huge moat. They're the leaders in their space. There's nobody ahead of them. Growth companies that are also the leaders in their space, that are the best in their business. They have great leadership and they have a huge moat. These are the type of businesses that you must be investing in this type of environment. Now, again, I'm just a random YouTuber. This is just my own opinion. I'm not a financial advisor or anything. So do your own research before you invest. But that is how I am managing my money. I do not do fake stuff on this channel. I do not bullshit. However, I do my money management. That is how I show and how I express on this channel. And that is what I'm showing to you guys. So the first one is growth and dividend companies with strong businesses. Okay, that pay the dividend. The dividend is going to help you beat the inflation. The growth is going to give you the extra amount of growth needed in appreciation needed in your portfolio. Second thing that can help you beat this inflation. Now, the stocks and these good companies, if something happens to the dollar, if something goes down, you still hold parts of a great business. Okay, that is never going to go away. You still hold parts of a great business. Sooner or later it will come to a price, it will come to a good price, whether it is the price that you're holding or even higher than this. Okay, the second thing that you can hold in your portfolio during this crazy environment, okay, is real estate. I am not talking about REITs. I am talking about real estate, that is rental properties. Inflation is going to wipe out your debt. Now, A lot of people are saying this is the worst time to buy real estate. This is one of the best times to buy real estate, in my humble opinion. This is the frugal investor. And in my humble opinion, this is the best time to buy real estate. This is not the time to sell. This is the time to buy real estate. Okay. The Fed is going to keep printing money. The prices of the homes are going to keep going up. Big money, the Rockefellers, the BlackRocks, they are going in real estate heavy. They are buying real estate, picking up houses like crazy, and the normal everyday investor is scared to buy real estate. And that is the craziest thing. The real estate is the best. This is the best time to buy real estate. Now, the rents are going to keep going up. You have to find a place to live. You have no other option. Rents are going to keep going up. Housing is not being built at such a great scale. Okay, the housing prices are going to keep rising because the interest rates are artificially kept low. The money is going to keep getting printed. Duh, what's going to happen? The housing prices are going to go above the roof. It is going to be very hard for a normal person to afford a house. This is the best opportune time to buy a house. Okay, a big money. Follow the big money. The big money is buying up houses like right now. They're buying up houses like crazy. So there is a reason behind it. Money is so cheap, so cheaply available, and inflation is going to wipe out your debt. Whatever you owe on your mortgage, inflation is going to wipe out your debt. So that is the second best asset that you can hold in this type of environment. Rent is going to keep increasing. It's going to give you more cash flow. Inflation is going to wipe out your debt. So you will get rich by appreciation and by cash flow. So that is the second type of asset that you can hold in this type of market. The third type of asset that I think is the best type of asset that you must hold in your portfolio during this market is emerging market funds or emerging market ETFs. Basically, find a way to invest in countries like India, China, Indonesia, in countries like Brazil. These are the countries that you need to be investing in because that is where the future is at. That is where most of the growth in the future is going to be coming from. So these are the great opportune time to buy companies in these countries where still they're in the baby stage, still they're coming up, still they're developing. They're not in that stage yet, but we know they're going to keep coming because the population and internet is made everything so accessible and equal for everybody. Okay, so these are the countries that are going to come up in this new era, and these are the companies where we should be investing in at least part of our portfolio. 7 to 10% of your portfolio should be in emerging market ETFs. Again, I'm not a financial advisor and these are just my opinions. Do your own research before you invest. Da, 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 da. The next, third, fourth type of asset that you must be invested in right now to protect your wealth, to grow your wealth, to become financial independence, to protect your wealth for the next generation against these crazy rules, these crazy politicians and these crazy rules that they're doing, is physical gold. Yes, my friend, physical gold you must hold in your portfolio. Okay, physical gold you must hold. Physical gold has been the reserve, the backup for so many years before dollar became a backup currency. Now physical gold, it doesn't go up with in prices like crazy. It doesn't go down in prices like crazy with deflation. It doesn't go up with inflation. Okay, this is like a savings account. Physical gold will serve as a savings account for you. If you put money in your savings account, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it with inflation 10%. It's like somebody's pickpocketing you. Okay, physical gold, it's going to keep going up in prices with the inflation, but it is not going to go up like crazy. So it's going to act like a savings account for you. Okay, this is how um, the best way to hedge your portfolio against if everything goes south, if everything economy falls, if everything goes bankrupt and boom, everything goes down, you still will have physical gold with you that can serve as a very powerful tool in such cases. Okay, so physical gold you must hold in your portfolio to protect yourself, your family, and your wealth. Okay, at least 5 to 7% in your portfolio. Now, these are the stocks, good companies, growth dividend companies. Number two is real estate. Number three is emerging market ETFs. Number four is physical gold. Now, the fifth type of asset that you can hold in your portfolio, that is one of the best assets, one of the best assets. The fifth one is the best one, is Bitcoin. Now, central banks are coming with a cryptocurrency that is going to be centralized. It's not going to be backed by a dollar, it's going to be backed by the central bank. It's going to be a cryptocurrency so they can control your transactions, they can control and monitor what you do with your money. That is coming, that is inevitable. The dollar is going to keep going down, and the central banks are going to introduce that type of cryptocurrency and that type of currency. That is going to be the next thing, next monetary order, whatever you want to call it. China is already doing it. Okay, so that is coming on the horizon. That way they can control which part of economy is poor, they can push more money towards that, and take some from here, give some from there. They can balance the playing field, they can make it equal for everybody, they can be in control. Okay, that is coming. Central bank's cryptocurrency is coming. So that is centralized. Now Bitcoin, it is decentralized. Your transaction, your control, you do how you want to do your transaction. Nobody's controlling you, and that is the best part. This asset will help you beat inflation. This asset will help you beat the falling dollar. This asset will help you be in control of your transactions when the central bank's cryptocurrencies are introduced. Okay, there's a limited supply. Okay, so it can hold, it can even be your own reserve currency. It can be your own dollar in your own portfolio. Okay, that can act as a backup. That is the best type of investment you can make. And the reason I mentioned all these five portfolios is because I see a lot of things. I'm a long-term investor, and I think long-term, and I'm looking to invest for the long term. I'm only 25 years old, so I'm thinking 5, 10, 15, 20 years ahead. And the things, the troubles that I see on the horizon is like inflation, continuous money printing, rising power of China, US dollar, evading confidence in US dollar is one of the biggest threats, because US dollar is the reserve currency, and now uh, countries are going away from US dollar. United States is basically exporting its inflation to China, giving its dollar to them and taking their goods, solid goods that can be used in exchange for that dollar. So inflation is going there. So countries are now trying to figure out and now trying to move away from this dollar, and that is one of the major threats. That is one of the major threats, because dollar is the reserve currency, and we ourselves, the Fed in this country and the politicians in this country themselves are responsible for this. So this is how I am managing my portfolio. This video, this podcast, whatever you want to call it, this is my honest, humble, expression of my how I am managing my portfolio, and maybe I can bring value to some other person, because I'm a normal everyday person just like everybody else. I'm not a millionaire or a rich guy. I just invested money at the right time, and so I was just able to save some money and invest it in at the right time in the right companies, basically. So that is my honest, humble opinion, and that is how I'm not doing any fake stuff. This is how actually I'm managing my money. This is the Frugal Investor. If you like this type of video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. This is the Frugal Investor signing out. See you in the next one.